After losing the championship playoff final a few weeks ago to Fulham, you would think that Aston Villa are one of the favourite sides to be promoted next season. However, you would be wrong. The Villains' future looks in massive trouble as the club is teetering on the brink of administration. The impact of missing out on £160 million by not winning the playoff final has cost Villa big time, as they gambled on paying high fees and wages in order to get promoted. Well, today we are going to take over from Dr. Tony and not only get Aston Villa promoted into the Premier League, but also get them their second Champions League title. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild, and for the second time in rebuild history, we rebuild Aston Villa. Of course, one of my favourite rebuilds in FIFA 17, and the Villains need our help again. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favourite player. Let's get into the rebuild. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Aston Villa, make sure you leave a like on the video, and also make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. So this is our starting 11 for the first season. There's only one way really to describe it, and that is experience. A very experienced squad, but we're going to have to add a bit of youth to it to make sure, number one, we get promoted, but number two, make sure we can sustain this squad for a long time. So my main improvements for the first season are hopefully going to be a new centre midfielder, a new left back, and a new right back, getting the youth into this Aston Villa squad, potentially a new centre back, but we'll see what we can do. A great signing here to kick off the Aston Villa rebuild. Nicolo Barella is joining us for £14.5 million from Cagliari. And a new left back signing now, Ben Chilwell, jumping from the Premier League down to the Championship. He joins us at Aston Villa for £6.5 million. Alan Hutton is going to be departing the club here. He is off to FC Sean for £1.15 million. Jonathan Kodjia is departing the club. The Ivorian is off to Borussia Mönchengladbach for £9.6 million. And we sign an unexpected position, a new striker. It's going to be Patrick Cutrone joining us from AC Milan for £11.2 million. Got a bit of an Italian revolution coming over here. A very busy opening window in charge of Aston Villa. Nico Barella, Ben Chilwell, and Patrick Cutrone into the club. Alan Hutton and Kodjia out of the club, but let's see how the road to promotion is looking at the halfway point of season 1. Well, this is what we want to see. The job is half done. We are sitting top of the championship table on the 1st of January. 49 points, nowhere near safe at the moment. We need to continue this impressive little run we've put together, turn some of these draws into wins, and hopefully get automatic promotion to the Premier League for season number 2. Looking at the relegation zone, and it's similar to what we've seen this season. Burton Albion, Sunderland, and Bolton all in big trouble. So no business done in this January window. Only had about £2 million to work with, but let's see if this Aston Villa squad can be a Premier League squad in season 2. What a season it is. We absolutely killed the game, 15 points clear, and it is going to be us and Wolves automatically going up to the Premier League. Leeds, Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, and Bristol City all fighting it out for those remaining spots, but I am absolutely stoked that we did. I didn't honestly expect us to do this well. I thought playoffs would be our forte, be where we got through, but automatic promotion, first place, that's domination. Millwall, Sunderland, and Burton Albion are relegated though. In the FA Cup, we were unable to do any damage. It is Manchester United getting the win there. We made it all the way to the Carabao Cup final, where we lost, unfortunately, 3-0 to Liverpool. But imagine if we manage to play Europa League football next season. And it is going to be Preston headed to the Premier League after they took down Sheffield Wednesday, and Leeds United in the Championship playoffs. Manchester City won the Champions League final, and Manchester United won the Europa League final. So we couldn't have asked for a much better Season 1 here. Will we have the same luck in Season 2 in the Premier League? We're about to find out. So since Johnson did leave us from the end of his loan spell at the end of last season, we had to go out and get ourselves a brand new goalkeeper, and we have done just that. We bring in Jose Sa from FC Porto for £12 million. Matt Miazga is going to be our latest signing. The American centre-back joins us here from Chelsea. A pretty good price in my opinion, only £6.8 million. Welcome to Villa Park, Matt Miazga. So financially we didn't have as much to work with as we did for Season 1, but I'm pretty happy with the business we have done. Jose Sa, Matt Miazga into the club, no players of real value that we had to get rid of, so this is our squad for Season number 2. Will it be enough to retain Premier League survival? We're going to find out. I'll talk to you guys on the 1st of January. So things are going a lot better than I expected. Halfway through the season, well, just about halfway, we sit in 12th position on 23 points. The main goal for this season was to stay up, and so far we are achieving that goal. But there's still a long way to go, and I mean, we're only 8 points out of the zone, so a couple bad results or a bad run of form and we could be right in the mix with the relegation zone. But right now, Bournemouth, Preston and Wolverhampton all occupy those relegation spots, whilst at the other end of the table, Tottenham and Manchester United are 1st and 2nd. So John Terry will be leaving us at the end of the season on a pre-contract deal to Ipswich, but it makes no sense because when I was dealing with my players that were out of contract this season, it wouldn't let me offer another contract to John Terry because he was retiring at the end of the season. So Ipswich, I don't know what you've done, but you might have stuffed up a bit there. But regardless, no John Terry at Villa in Season 3. So we had very limited money in being able to bring in players this window. We weren't going to improve the squad. Nobody good up for pre-contract approaches either. So John Terry out, nobody in. Will this team make us survive the relegation battle with Aston Villa? Let's go and find out. Oh my, we had a terrible is not even beginning to describe how bad the second half of the season looks like it has been. We finish 2 points away from relegation. Now, we survived. I said I wanted to survive, but only just. We dropped down, 5 positions and finish in 17th. Newcastle, Wolves and Preston all relegated. Man United end up crushing Spurs to win the Premier League as well. We were unable to do any damage in the FA Cup, and once again Manchester United get some more silverware in the cabinet, beating Spurs on penalties in that final. We made it to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup where we were eliminated by Wolves, but Chelsea did win the Carabao Cup. And Chelsea also won the Champions League final 1-0 over Manchester United, and Bayer Leverkusen with the Europa League 2-1 over Valencia. And that is the end of Season 2. Not much to really talk about. We did what we needed, built our squad out again, survived relegation. Let's build upon these foundations for Season number 3 with Villa. So we begin this 3rd season in charge of Aston Villa, bringing in a brand new right back. It is going to be Achraf Hakimi, I believe his name is pronounced, joining from Real Madrid for £10 million. A great pickup and a great price for the Moroccan right back. And once again, the cash, it has been splashed as we bring in Marc Roca from Espanyol, £12.5 million. Welcome to Aston Villa. And Mika Richards has departed the club. He is off to Blackburn for £1.7 million. So again, not a super busy window, but some big moves have been made. Hakimi and Roca into the club, Richards out. Our squad is starting to resemble a pretty good one, but we'll try to improve it again as we push on. Let's see how Season 2 of the Premier League and Season 3 overall does pan out. Alright, so we're on the 1st of January, just about halfway through the season, and we're in 7th position, 27 points. we're 10 points behind the relegation zone, but on the same token, only 3 points away from Champions League football. So a good second half of the season could see us playing Champions League in Season 4. A crap second half of the season could see us in the Championship in Season 4. It's going to be quite a weird second half of the season. I mean, I don't know what to expect. So in real life, or at least at the time of recording, he is linked with a move to Liverpool, but in this rebuild, Nabil Fekir will be an Aston Villa player in season number 4. We bring in the Frenchman on a free transfer. What a massive signing. I am so excited to have Nabil Fekir into the side next season. What I'll do is I'll play Fekir attacking midfielder and then push Grealish out to the left-hand side, and that'll make our squad very, very strong. And I think next season, if we don't get there this season, we should be able to push for Champions League next season. Replace Chester. We'll have a very good side on our hands. But anyways, let's see how Season 3 ends. Let's try getting a push for Champions League. Alright, I'll take that. We finished last season in 17th position, only like a couple of points away from being relegated back down to the Championship. This season, improvement on top of that. We finished dead on mid-table, 10th position, 50 points. Another season in the Premier League with Nabil Fekir coming in next season. Man City do win the league 3 points ahead of Spurs. Everton, so many times Everton have been relegated in my rebuilds, and they've done it again. Everton are championship bound with West Brom and Norwich City. Manchester United did win the FA Cup final on penalties against Chelsea, and West Ham United beat Spurs to win the Carabao Cup final. Man City won the Champions League final on penalties against Chelsea, and Olympique Lyon won the Europa League final against AC Milan. So Season 3, again, slow and steady progress, but I have a feeling that Season 4 is going to be the one that really gets things going at a rapid pace. Excited for Fekir to come into the squad, and excited to have a few top quality players at Villa Park. We boost our defensive stocks to begin this season. Victor Lindelof coming from Manchester United to Aston Villa for £29 million. Albert Adama is departing the club, the left midfielder, making the move to Nottingham Forest for £2.3 million. Another player departure here as Richie Delay is off to this club in Turkey, whose name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, for £1.5 million. So I mean, spending £29 million on somebody is a lot of money. Just Lindelof coming into the club for this opening window, Adama and Delay out. We had about $8 million to work with, but I mean, we couldn't really get anybody in that would strengthen the squad. Want to get a new centre back in, but I don't want to get rid of Miazga at the same time, so we'll see what we can do in January, but let's see how our hunt for Champions League football is going halfway through the season. So I mean, halfway through the season, just about, things aren't exactly where we want them to be. We're sitting in 9th position, 24 points. We need to turn these draws into wins. 6 draws, 6 wins, 6 losses, but it's not panic stations either. We can still compete for Champions League football, but we need to have a big second half of the season. Stoke City surprisingly leading the Premier League, whilst Wolves, West Ham and Bournemouth all in the relegation battle. This window, I wanted to upgrade our centre-back spot again. Well, we're going to have to deal with Miazga for the rest of the season because we have picked up a bargain. One of the guys on my shortlist, Presnel Kimpembe, turns out he was available on a free deal for next season, so we'll be patient. We'll wait the extra 6 months, and we will bring in season number 5, Presnel Kimpembe on a free transfer to Aston Villa. So I tried to use the little amount of money we had in the club to potentially upgrade the goalkeeper this window and maybe use Jose Sa as a bit of bait for it, but unfortunately we weren't able to. Kimpembe is the only piece of business we have done, but this Aston Villa squad is going to be looking real nice come season 5. Let's see if we have Champions League football to play with though in season number 5. So we're edging closer and closer to a Champions League berth here in the Villa rebuild, but it's not going to be for next season. We finish in 8th position, 10 points away from 5th place Man City, and then 20 points away from Spurs, so that's actually quite a weird looking table. 7th, 6th and 5th all tied on 63, Then we're 10 points behind them with Watford on 53. And then Spurs are ahead of them on 73. A weird table, but anyways, that is how it's going to be for next season. Fulham, Wolves and West Ham all relegated as well. And Manchester United win the league on goal difference. We made it to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup where we lost to the eventual runners-up in Liverpool. And we got shockingly eliminated by Cambridge United in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup. That's a poor result. Bayern Munich won the Champions League final, and Napoli won an all-Italian Europa League final. So that is the end of Season 4 with Aston Villa. This squad, I don't know how we haven't qualified for Champions League football so far. We should be able to get very close to doing it next season. Go for a new goalkeeper, see what we can do. Let's go, Villa. What a signing to kick off Season 5. Ederson joins us at Aston Villa. £42 million plus Jose Sarr. Now, Jose Sarr was only 81 rated, but he was also out for the first 2 months of the season, so we have really done well to bring in Ederson for such a good price. Welcome to Aston Villa, Ederson. So we have sold James Chester to West Ham United for £4.1 million. So on deadline day, we have brought ourselves in a backup centre midfielder. Erdal Rakip has joined us. He had a release clause at Crystal Palace of £5.2 million, and we have paid just that. Welcome to Aston Villa, Erdal Rakip. So, a big window here. Ederson and Rakip into the club. Chester and Jose Sarr out of it. I mean, this is a good-looking squad. I would say we've only got a few more positions to really improve on, and then we will be Champions League contenders, definitely. If we don't qualify for the Champions League in this 5th season, I will be very disappointed. So, this is exactly, or just about where we want to be. We're halfway through the season almost, and we are in the title race, and obviously, we're in the top 4 race. We currently sit in 3rd position on 33 points, 3 points ahead of Arsenal, 3 points behind Chelsea. I want to get to Champions League football, so I'd be stoked to be in this position at the end of the season. But Liverpool are in the relegation zone. That would be quite funny if they got relegated. No business done during this window. It was going to be too hard, and I didn't want to bring in another pre-contract player for a 3rd successive season. But let's see how Season 5 ends. Champions League? I hope so. Okay, so I did not expect this to be the outcome of Season 5, but we have won the Premier League title with Aston Villa. And most importantly, in Season 6, Champions League football comes to Villa Park. We finish on equal points with Tottenham, but win the league through goal differential, which is fantastic. And Swansea, Newcastle and Bournemouth all relegated. Liverpool had a great second half of the season. We unfortunately lost the FA Cup final 2-0 to Manchester City, but we did manage to get our hands on the Carabao Cup, beating Watford 3-0 in that final. Chelsea won the Champions League final on penalties against Real Madrid. Pretty interested to see how we perform at our first time of asking in Season 6. And Bayer Leverkusen take down Liverpool to win the Europa League. So I don't think much else could have gone right in this season. It was a very, very good season. Aston Villa, champions of England and European contenders in season number 6. When we get to this sort of stage in a rebuild, I always love to just go out there and spend virtually our whole budget on one player to make sure that our squad has significantly improved, and we have done that again. Carlos Soler is making the move from Manchester United. His value's gone up, but £52.2 million. Of course my computer goes off in the background, but £52.2 million from Manchester United. Welcome, Carlos Soler. So the signing of Carlos Soler might have just made us serious contenders for the upcoming Champions League. I mean, look at that squad. A few positions that still maybe aren't up to scratch, but we are definitely getting there with Aston Villa. Let's go and have a look at our Champions League group for season number 6. Is it season 6? Season number 5? Season 6. Okay, so we've been drawn into Group F, and I honestly don't know what to make of this group. Some squads with some talent, some very young talent. Atletico Madrid, serious contenders. This could either work out with us going 6-0-0 and getting top of the group, or it could result in us missing out on qualification to the knockout rounds altogether. So let's just jump in, bite the bullet and see how we go in the Champions League groups. Alright, we qualified. We get through to the knockout rounds on goal differential. In fact, I don't know how we had an equal goal differential with Ajax, so we must have won the head-to-head or whatever, but it doesn't matter because we are round of 16 bound with Atletico Madrid. Ajax and Porto falling short, so we'll suss out our opponent in the round of 16, and it is PSG, so pretty tough opponent. I'm not super confident, but we'll see how we go. We need to make sure that we qualify for next season's Champions League if we can't manage to pull it off and win it this season, and it's not going great at the moment. 6th position, but in terms of points, 1 win and we could be all the way up in 2nd, so just need a strong second half. Spurs leading by 7 points. Arsenal, they are in the relegation battle with Huddersfield and West Brom. Again, no business in this window. Salah has drained the absolute heck out of our bank, but Champions League round of 16 coming up. Will we find ourselves through to the quarters? How far are we going to get? I don't know, but let's find out. Alright, so we're at Villa Park here for the first leg, PSG versus Aston Villa. Biggest thing is to make sure we set ourselves up for a solid second leg. Not concede any away goals. Get some goals ourselves, that would be nice. But I mean, they've got Milik, they've got Neymar, Verratti. They've got a very good side here, PSG. And Fekir does make it 1-0 in our favour, so that's a good start. 1-0 at the moment. Let's see what can happen for the remaining. Fekir makes it 2-0. Yes, now let's just not concede an away goal, and we'll be in a great position heading into the second leg. Is it going to? Yeah, it's going to stay that way. Aston Villa 2, PSG 0. Alright, the away leg now. We travel to the Parc des Princes, a 2-0 advantage. Can we carry on and get ourselves through to the quarterfinals? I certainly do hope so. A goal early on for us would put us in an amazing position. If we got an away goal, that means PSG would have to score 4. And we do. Nico Pereira, now at 90 overall, makes it 3-0 on aggregate in our favour with an away goal. I honestly thought we were going to get knocked out by PSG. I mean, it still could happen, but it's going to take an absolute miracle. Now it's not happening. Rakip makes it 4-0. Rabiot makes it 4-1, but we have 2 away goals. And surprisingly, in my opinion, we've got ourselves through to the quarterfinals. Okay, so an all-English affair for the quarterfinals. Manchester United versus Aston Villa. Man United always have a crazy team at this point of career mode, so I'm interested to see what they're rocking right now. So we travel to Old Trafford for the first leg here, the away leg. You guys know that I love the away leg first up, so hopefully we can use it in our favour and maybe get ourselves through to the last 4, but Coutinho's joined their squad. Schopp has joined their squad. Coutinho gets them a goal. They got Michel Weiser as well. It's 1-0 in United's favour, but can we get ourselves an away goal? That would be huge if we could. Coutinho! Stop it, mate. Go back to Barcelona. 2-0 in United's favour. Chilwell gives us a bit of hope. Makes it 2-1. We've got an away goal, but we really could have done without those 2 goals. It's going to be tough. Alright, the home leg here at Villa Park. Will this season end in the quarterfinals, or do we get ourselves through to the semis? We're going to need a good start. We're going to need, if we win this 1-0, then we'll go through an away goals rule. But we just can't allow, we get a goal, 1-0 up. We can't allow United to score. We need to use the away goal advantage in our advantage. We need to do that. We're nearing half time now, and we're 2-all. Coutinho gets them a goal. Fekir, okay, so we're all tied up. But if United score an away goal, then they've got the big advantage. At this moment, we're headed to extra time. De Gea injured. Are we headed to extra time? We are. Who's going to be the hero for either side? Hopefully it's someone in Aston Villa colours. Is it going to be a penalty shootout? Tierney is the hero for Manchester United. Of all players, it's the bloody left back. And we're eliminated in extra time in the quarterfinals. So thankfully, despite bowing out of the Champions League in the quarterfinals, we get another shot in next season because we finished 3rd. So a decent season, not back-to-back champions, but I'll cop it. Top 3 is top 3. Huddersfield, Wolves, and West Brom are going to be the 3 teams relegated, however. We did lose the Community Shield at the start of the season on penalties to Manchester City. We lost the FA Cup final 2-0 to Arsenal. And we lost the Carabao Cup final 2-1 to Manchester United. How many things did we want to lose this season? Real Madrid did go on to win the Champions League 2-0 over Monaco. And AC Milan won the Europa League. So that is season number 6 done and dusted. I genuinely think we can give it a good crack in season number 7, considering how close we came this season. A new left mid and potentially a new left back are the 2 main areas I want to focus on next season. But anyways, let's stop rambling on about it. Let's just get into it. So season 7 with Aston Villa begins with a player departure. Carles Gil is off to Leicester City for £17 million. An absolutely brilliant signing here as well. We bring in Leon Bailey for £50.3 million. Leverkusen had that release clause for him. We activated it, and now the Jamaican left midfielder is an Aston Villa player. And a big time defensive signing here. We bring Joe Gomez back to England, signing the right back from Monaco for £33.5 million. However, I'm going to be playing him at left back, not right back. Regardless, welcome to Aston Villa, Joe Gomez. It has been an outstanding transfer window. Bailey and Gomez into the club, Gil out of it. This is what our starting 11 looks like. We are definitely contenders for this season's Champions League. Our lowest rated position is 85 rated in the left back and the centre back, so we are looking very good. Let's go and suss out our Champions League group for season 7. So we have been drawn into Group C for the Champions League this season. An interesting group. Napoli, Sporting, and Salzburg. Again, I think we should be qualifying, but stranger things have happened in FIFA and in these rebuilds before, so let's go and find out if we qualified for the knockout rounds again in 3, 2, 1. Get in there, fellas. We have qualified for the knockout rounds with absolute ease. It is going to be us and Napoli headed through to the knockout rounds, so definitely happy to see how well we did in the group stages. And if you send your attention to the right hand side of the screen, you will see that we have been drawn up against CSKA Moscow, so a unique opponent in the last 16. Let's see if we can take them down and get back to the quarters. Halfway through the Premier League season, we sit top of the table, 2 points ahead of Spurs and 7 points ahead of Manchester City. Very happy with that. The main goal is to make sure we get Champions League football for next season if we don't win it this season. And I mean, winning the league is a surefire way to do that. And if you look at the relegation battle, it is Newcastle United, Swansea City, and Nottingham Forest currently occupying those bottom 3 spots. So no business done in this transfer window, no surprise. I've said it a few times this rebuild already, but we blew our budget in the first window, didn't have much to work with to improve this already incredible squad, so let's see if this squad is good enough to get us Champions League glory. We head now to the round of 16 against Moscow. Alright, we travel to Moscow for the first leg here. Of course, the World Cup currently in Russia, and I just finished watching the Russia vs Saudi Arabia game. Not sure when I'm going to post this video, but that's what stage I am in real life. But we get a good start here. Joe Gomez getting us an away goal. That's what we want to get. We just want to get plenty of away goals on the board. They get a goal. Romero getting an equalizer there, which is not great for us. A second away goal would be fantastic. Just the one isn't amazing. There's a little bit of time left. They get a goal, we get a second goal back though. Fakir makes it 2-2, and that's the way it's going to end. So, 2 away goals, but it's a draw overall. Alright, time for the home leg. 2-2 scoreline. It's simple. If we keep a clean sheet, we go through, but I want to do it a lot more convincingly than that. I want to put in a big performance because 2-2 in the away leg is disappointing. We get off to a good start. Salah is going to make it 1-0. Can we get another one? We do. Salah picks up a brace. This is what I want to see. This is the dominant performance we were after. We're 4-2 up on aggregate. Salah gets his hat-trick. What a game this guy is having. Surely we're through to the quarterfinals now. 5-2 up on aggregate. CSK need 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. It's not going to happen. Davis gets the fourth to put the cherry on top, and we have absolutely crushed Moscow in the second leg here. 6-2 on aggregate. So, we are facing our group stage opponents in Napoli. They're going to be our quarterfinal opponents, and they've actually taken down Manchester United in the round of 16. So, that makes me very, very wary heading into this game. And I genuinely don't know what to expect. Hopefully we get the result over them, but it's going to be an interesting quarterfinal game. Alright, so it's the home leg up first. Don't love that, I always like having the away leg first, but regardless, let's see if we can get a similar performance like we had at home against Moscow and get another 4-0 result. That would be fantastic, but Napoli have a much better side than Moscow, or Moscow, however you pronounce it, but let's see how we go. Not too much happening so far. Don't want to give away any away goals, and we get a goal for ourselves through Catrone. Rog gets a yellow card for them, Zelensky gets a yellow card. We've got a lot of young talent in this squad. We're 1-0 up here. 15 minutes to go. Is there going to be anything else to talk about, or is it going to finish? It's going to be a 2-0 scoreline. That makes me a lot more confident. 1-0, not super confident. 2-0, that is good to see. Rightio, we travel to Naples now for the away leg. Can we get the result that sees us get through to the semi-finals with Aston Villa? An early goal for us would be absolutely brilliant, but we can't allow Napoli back into this one. We're 2-0 up, but they could easily overturn it. Very happy we got that second goal in the first leg, but if it stays like this, I'll be happy. Just have it be a boring game. Okay, so there's a goal for each side, but we do get an away goal. So 3-1 with an away goal in hand. So that means we get a second goal now. We're going to be going through to the semi-finals. Gomez has stepped up big time for us this season. Rocca does pick up an injury. I'm hopeful it's not a big one, but that makes it 4-1 on aggregate, and we're through to the semi-finals with Aston Villa. Okay, so we face Atletico Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. We are facing the Spanish juggernaut for the chance to face either Monaco or Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final. Can we get there? I really hope we can. One big obstacle to face before we put the control into our hands. Come on, Villa, let's get through. Unfortunately, the first leg is at home, but we'll take it in our stride. Hopefully we get another 2-0 result like we had against Napoli, or even better, a 4-0 result like against Moscow. They missed a penalty in the 5th minute. That's a big miss for them. An away goal wouldn't have been great. They've got a good side. I'm assuming Oblak would probably be in the mid-90s or the early 90s by this stage. They've got Jonas Hector, maybe, I believe that is. Saul, Griezmann. They haven't scored yet, but neither has we. They've got an injury. It's still 0-0. Leon Bailey makes it 1-0. Good. Good. Is there time for one more goal for us, or is it going to finish 1-0? It finishes 1-0. Not the greatest of results, but I'll take it. Alright, the away leg now. We travel to Madrid, needing a decent result to get us through to the knockout rounds. To the final, I should say. Not the bloody knockout rounds, to the final. An away goal, yes, an away goal is scored by us early on. We have the away goal advantage. We're 2-0 up. Correa gets them a goal back, but they need to score 2 more. They need to win this one 3-1. Oblak picks up an injury for them. Come on. Davis gets us another goal. Get all our good players off. No injuries, no suspensions, please. We're just about into the final. We're 3-1 up. They get a goal back, but it's not going to matter. We hang on and get ourselves through to the Champions League final to face either Monaco or Borussia Dortmund. No injuries that I can see. No suspensions that I can see. That is a perfect result. So the Champions League final for 2024, season number 7, Borussia Dortmund versus Aston Villa. Dortmund took down Monaco, PSG and Besiktas to get themselves through to the Champions League final. Can we defeat them? I really hope so. I really hope we end this rebuild. It's been a very economic rebuild, I would say. We've gotten through it pretty quickly, made some good progress, but hopefully this is where it comes to an end. Taking a look at the results of the other competitions just quickly. Man City did take down Arsenal to win the Europa League final. We win another Premier League title, and this season we absolutely wiped the floor, 11 points ahead of Manchester City. What a season. And if we lose today to Borussia Dortmund, we get another shot in Season 8. But Nottingham Forest, Swansea City and Newcastle United will all be in the Championship for next season. So we were eliminated in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup to Burnley. Spurs did go on and win the tournament. And we didn't even make the last 16 of the Carabao Cup. Spurs won that as well, so pretty poor in those cups. But you guys know what time it is. It is time to check out the squad report. Hopefully for the last time. We've built a very good squad here with Aston Villa. We'd like to build out the bench a little bit further if we don't win this season, but hopefully we do get the opportunity to get the result this season. Interested to see what sort of a side Borussia Dortmund do have in their locker, but we've got some good backup players. Hopefully it's enough to get us the result here against Dortmund, but we're going to jump straight into it. Borussia Dortmund versus Aston Villa.
Chasing the speed of sound, got me mesmerized. This light in your eyes has got me hypnotized. Motionless, lost in your direction. Crowded room with you in my perspective.
Is it time for a second European Cup to come back to Villa Park? We're about to find out as we face Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final. They're running through here. Pulisic, heavy touch, but it falls nicely for them. Sanabria takes the shot just wide. See you out widely on Bailey. Oh, it works out. I thought we might have missed our opportunity, but Dubois ran in too closely. We're going to hope for the best. Back post. Catrone hits the post. Oh, what a goal that would have been. He was virtually unmarked at the back post there. The technique outside of the post. They're in the attack here. Gonçalo Guedes. He's going to put that one into the area. They're going to get the header on it. Oh, they've almost looped that one in there. Sanabria causing us problems early on. Alright, corner time here for Borussia Dortmund. Gonçalo Guedes putting that one into the area. They're going to get it away. And now it's going to be Catrone with the ball. Is there an opportunity for a counter-attack? We've got about 1 against 8 here. Holding it up. Not the pass we're after, but it actually works out better. Make that run. I wanted Hakimi to make the run down the line, but it works out anyways. We're going to put that one in there. Back post. Get your foot to it, Catrone. That is a big miss. Just outstretched. Couldn't keep that one on target. But Catrone's making some perfect opportunities off of crosses. They're on the attack here. Hakimi running through. Sanabria. Come on. We need to win the ball off of them. Gonçalo Guedes. Need a big tackle. That was way too... What are you doing, Edison? Why was he so calm about that? That almost scraped the friggin' post. They're going through here. Thomas. They wins the 50-50 challenge. Goes for the shot. Borussia Dortmund, they've been much better than us so far today. They're on the attack here, Dortmund. Thomas Partey. Had a shot before. Goes through there. Left him off the line. Gonçalo Guedes gets Borussia Dortmund in the lead. And I'm not going to lie. It is a well-deserved goal. They have been much better than us so far. And we now have only 15 minutes left in this Champions League final to hopefully send it to extra time. And I mean, those 2 misses from Catrone are looking very, very costly at the moment. What is the defense doing there? An absolutely gaping hole there. And it's 1-0. What are you doing just standing there? Who is that? He's just standing there. Alright, we got the corner now. We need the goal. Nabil Fekir floats this one in there. Somebody get your head. Catrone forces the save out of Magnan. Get there, Fekir. Going through. Leon Bailey holding it up. Going out. We're just trying to get an opportunity. Rocker. Going to Sola. Cutting around. Looking for an option in the middle. Oh, nobody's there. Fekir, though. I'm trying to concentrate a little. Going through. Sola squares it. Please be onside. He's onside. We've found the equaliser. The FIFA aids work in our advantage. I need to show you guys that I have not used sliders. You can't change. I'm playing Legendary. No sliders. You can't change that mid-game, at least for difficulty. But I know that it's so scripted for me to score right now. But there's the evidence. I don't want any comments saying that I'm cheating, but we have found the equaliser there. Catrone, thought he might have been offside when we squared it, but that's an undeserved equaliser. if I've ever seen one, but it does not matter. We are at a 1-1 scoreline now. Let's look at this on the replay. Just picking out the passes, squares it there, and a lovely finish. Almost missed that one. Nearing stoppage time now. 2 minutes added on. Are we headed to extra time, or can somebody steal this? Hopefully it's not a Borussia Dortmund player that steals it. Gonçalo Guedes into the box, goes for the shot. Forces the save from Edison. Is there time for one last attack? No, there is not. We are off to extra time here. 30 more minutes to be played in this Champions League final. We pulled it out in the last few minutes to equalise, but Dortmund have by far been the better side so far. Alright, so I'm going to make a substitution here. It is going to be Rocker off, Rakip on. Pulisic running through here. He's been dangerous for Borussia Dortmund in this final. Sends it in there. They get the header and they get the go-ahead goal. What kind of defense is that? Gonçalo Guedes puts it into the bottom corner. And it is advantage Borussia Dortmund here in extra time. They have been on another level today. Insane performance from Dortmund. And they have the go-ahead goal. We've got 15 minutes just about to find an equaliser. But look at that. We shouldn't have allowed him to have that opportunity. 2 people on him. Lindelof trying to use his feet. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. They're going through here, Borussia Dortmund. Sancho. Take it out, mate. No. Oh my god, if they could have easily scored there. But look at the counter-attacking opportunity we've got. Look at the numbers. What is Borussia Dortmund playing so many players up? We square it. Back post, don't fuck this up. He scores it! What is Borussia Dortmund doing? 120th minute, we have found the equaliser. We look like we're going to penalties. Oh my god, they could have had the tap in Borussia Dortmund. They gave us a 4-on-1 advantage. What are they doing? Why didn't they take it to the corner? Why didn't they park the bus? I thought Sola was going to miss that one. You could have heard me, I said don't fuck this one up, mind my French, but that is absolutely dreadful there from Borussia Dortmund. And we get a stroke of luck to hopefully force this one to penalties. No, there is not. We are off to a penalty shootout now. Borussia Dortmund versus Aston Villa. We somehow have remained in this one. Can we get the result in a penalty shootout? Alright, it is penalty shootout time. We have not had a penalty shootout in the rebuilds for a very long time. I am very nervous. Alright, we're going to go to the right-hand side for the first one. The Sola, he scores it. Perfect penalty there. Scores the equaliser and scores that one. Gonçalo Guedes put Dortmund into the lead in extra time. Where's he going to go? He's going to go to the right-hand side. I feel it. Oh, it just goes under our keeper, Edison. That would have been great. I'm going to the right. No, I'm going to the left. Oh, God, I'm second-guessing myself. This is not good. Nabil Fekir. We should have gone to the right. Advantage, Borussia Dortmund. Sanabria, where are you going? Come on, save this one. He's going to the right-hand side. No, he goes to the left. And it is advantage, Borussia Dortmund. Leon Bailey needs to score this one. We're going to the left again. Leon Bailey. Oh, my God, my heart. I thought we screwed it up. Sancho, he's going to the left. Look at that head movement. Sancho goes to the left. Hits the crossbar or the post. Almost a perfect penalty. We can give ourselves the advantage here. Please, Catrone. You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Dude, where are you going, mate? Where are you going? You are going to the left-hand side. I can feel it. Oh, we should have saved that one. If we miss this, it's all over. Our captain, Barea. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Barea. All right, we need to save this one. We need to save this one. And Diddy, which way are you going? Which way are you going? Come on. He's going to the right-hand side. He's going to the right-hand side. He puts it into the roof of the net. And we lose in a penalty shootout to Borussia Dortmund. You are absolutely kidding me. Get out of it. We pulled it back so many times, but we lose an absolute classic here. We should have saved that first penalty. It went underneath Edison. Absolutely filthy about that one. But we are off to a season 8. God damn it. And our road of hopefully getting back to the Champions League final begins with a centre-back signing. Jonathan Tah shoring up our defence. Lindelof was absolute garbage in the Champions League final, so We're replacing him, bringing in Tar for £58.1 million. And with 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day, we bring ourselves in a brand new backup striker. Dominic Calvert-Lewin arrives from Everton for £22.8 million. So there it is, £80.9 million spent. Jonathan Tah into the club, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin into the club as well. Nobody out. This is what our starting 11 now looks like. I mean, we're in a better position now to win the Champions League than last season, but let's go and suss out our group for Season 8. Alright, we have been placed into Group D for the Champions League. Some big opponents, Sporting, Zenit, and most notably PSG. Can we top the group again? I really hope so. Let's find out. Get in there. Top of the group. Absolutely dominated it. 4 wins, 2 draws, no losses, 6 points clear of PSG, but they do qualify with us. They only just qualified. If you look to the left-hand side of the knockout rounds, however, the round of 16 will be facing Lazio. And here we are, on the 1st of January, halfway through just about the Premier League season, sitting in first position on 41 points, but a lot of teams having good seasons as well, equal on points with West Ham and only 1 point ahead of Man City. Liverpool again in the relegation fight. Will this be the season they go down? So no business in this January window, no real surprise there. Our squad's looking pretty good. Let's go and see how we do against Lazio in the last 16. Let's get back to the bloody final. Alright, so we have the away leg now against Lazio. A big player out in Presnel Kimpembe, but we bring in Lindelof to replace him. Kimpembe should be back for the second leg, if not the quarterfinals, if we get past Lazio. But they've got a good side here. Piazza, Roberto Firmino, Iheanacho, but Salah does get us an away goal. Firmino does get Lazio on the board. Wallace comes off injured. We do have an away goal, but we'd be liking to get a couple more under our belt. Can we do that with 20 minutes to go? Come on, Villa. Get us 1 goal. Catrone, get us an away goal. Piazza puts them in the lead. We're in big trouble. Down 2-1, headed into the second leg. Alright, so it is time for the home leg now. Against Lazio. 2-1 down. Presnel Kimpembe's back into the starting 11. We need to score in this leg. We've got an away goal, so a 1-0 result will see us get through to the quarterfinals, but we need to make sure we get on the board early. Can we do that? It's been nothing happening as of yet, and I hope it's not one of those games where nothing happens and it ends as a 0 or draw, but it's definitely trending towards that at the moment. Green coming on for Nico Barrea. Substitutions happening, but are we going to be able to snatch a late goal to get ourselves through to the quarterfinals? Green, off the bench, does just that, and as simple as that, we get through to the quarterfinals. A bit of a non-event game, thought it was destined for a 0 draw, but thankfully, we escape big time and get through to the quarterfinals. Alright, so our quarterfinal opponent will be AC Milan. Excited to see how we do against them. Can we get ourselves back to the semi-finals? We are about to find out. The home leg up first, which I'm not a huge fan of, but we'll get into it. We've got a full strength starting 11. Kimpembe, don't need to worry about him for the moment. Just all normalized at the moment. Can we get off to a strong start? They've got Donnarumma, who I'm assuming is like 99 overall at the moment. John Stones as well. Augustine Berardi. They've got a decent side here at AC Milan. But can the villains get ahead? We need to get early goals. We're not getting goals at all at the moment. It's not looking good. 2 yellow cards. 20 minutes to go. Come on, lads. Is it going to be a 0 scoreline? It is. That was a terrible game. At least we didn't concede an away goal, though. Alright, so it is time for the away leg. AC Milan versus Aston Villa. Nico Barrea out through suspension for this second leg. So we're going to put Rakip into the midfield. We just need to score away goals because we do have the away goal advantage if we manage to score here. They haven't scored at all. It's 0-0. Boskapli gets an injury for AC Milan, but come on, an early goal for us here. A goal before half-time would be valuable, and Leon Bailey does do it. They miss a penalty. They need to score 2 now, AC Milan. They got half an hour to do it. A second goal for us would just about secure our semi-final spot. They get a red card through Serge Aurier. It's not looking good for AC Milan, and there we go. We are back to the semi-finals, leaving it late again. Not comfortable like last season, but we're through to the semis. An all-English affair here for the Champions League semi-final. We face Chelsea, who have taken down Spurs and Juve on their road to the semi-final. Can we take them down and get ourselves back into the Champions League final to face what looks like Real Madrid at the moment? We'll have to find out. So it is the away leg up first here. We haven't got anybody out for this game. Nico Barella back into the starting lineup. Can we make the most of the away goals and get some away goals? We got Calabria, someone I looked at signing at the start of the rebuild. Umtiti, Azpilicueta, Julian Draxler. They got a good side here, Chelsea. Thibaut Courtois, of course, in between the sticks. But we've got a good side as well. And let's hope we can get ourselves some away goals. It's 0-0 at the moment. Half an hour to go in this first leg. Don't want another 0-0. I want us on the board. Rocca does get us the lead, but Catrone picking up a knock. Hopefully it is not a bad one. Hopefully he's not out. But we do have the away goal advantage, only just headed into the second leg. Joe Gomez out for the second leg here. Ben Chilwell back into the starting 11. We have the advantage. An early goal on the board would be massive for us. We can't let Chelsea back into this one. And Leon Bailey in the 5th minute, the perfect start there. We're 2-0 up. Chelsea, they're going to need the 2 goals. I mean, if they get the 2 goals, they will go ahead through away goals advantage. Another goal for us would just about secure the result. No injuries, no suspensions, no goals conceded would be a perfect world. 20 minutes to go. Don't choke, lads. 10 minutes to go. We're not going to choke. Green secures it. We're headed back to the Champions League final. 2-0 over Chelsea turns into a 3-0 on aggregate. So, we will be versing Real Madrid, who have absolutely crushed Barcelona on their way to the Champions League final. They also took down their Madrid rivals in Atletico and took down Bayern Munich in the round of 16. So, they really do deserve to be here. We've had a tough run to the final as well, but nowhere near as tough as Real Madrid's has been, so I'm interested to see what sort of a side they have. I'm assuming it's going to be an insane side. Before we get into the final though, we'll have a look at some other results. Now, a big result in the Europa League final as Manchester United took down Liverpool 2-1. And we managed to win another Premier League title here, 5 points clear of Manchester United. A great result there. QPR, West Brom and Burnley relegated, but if we don't manage to beat Real Madrid here, we will get another shot at Champions League football for next season, but I really hope we don't have to lose for a second straight time. That's never happened before in the rebuild, so I hope that doesn't happen. We also managed to lose the Community Shield final at the start of the season on penalties against Spurs, but we did get our revenge on Spurs, beating them on penalties again in the FA Cup final. But we got eliminated in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, losing to the eventual runners-up in West Ham. So I'm not going to take an absolute year to get through this squad report. You guys saw what most of the squad looks like from last season, but hopefully this is the last time we have to look at this squad report, because of course we lost last season. A lot of our squad are getting on in age, but I'm confident our squad is a lot better from last year. So Aston Villa versus Real Madrid. Are we going to be able to secure the Champions League title? Finally, we're about to find out.
When it's winter, I dream of summer. We go places, magic and wonder. Starlit faces never look somber, no. Can you feel my heartbeat racing? Memories of heartbreak fading. I reach out, these arms embracing you. They don't have a love worth chasing. We go far beyond those spaceships. Open up your eyes, you see it too. You lift my spirits when you hold my hand. Anywhere we land, it's like our toes are in the sand.
A heartbreaking loss last season on penalties to Borussia Dortmund. Are we going to come back stronger and get a result against Real Madrid? We're about to find out. An early free kick opportunity here. Do we have our shooting boots on? Carlos Sola, 26 yards out, hits that one! And it is tipped over from Alban Lafont. That would have been the perfect start to this Champions League final. Let's have a look at this one on the replay. The wall doesn't even bounce. I think that one was going over anyways, but Lafont was safe, not sorry. And we do have the corner here. Nabil Fekir. Going to look to whip this one in. We're going to play it short, though, to Nico Barea, our captain. Now we're going to look to whip it in. Falls there. Sola, heavy touch. Falls to Leon Bailey. The tap in, yes! Sola missed the free kick. Shambolic defense there from Real Madrid. I have no idea what just happened there. Heavy touch. No one clears it. And we have the lead 6 minutes into this Champions League final. What even was that first goal? I want to have a look at this on the replay. I thought after that heavy touch, Real Madrid's backline would clear it up. Look at that. Such a heavy touch. It just falls straight to the feet there of Leon Bailey. And Sola nods it home. 1-0 Aston Villa. Oh no. Oh no. What in the world has just happened? Two of the scrappiest goals you've seen in rebuild history in the opening 12 minutes. Real Madrid have equalised. Again, I've got to ask, just like our first goal, what happened there? Goes back post, nobody there. Raheem Sterling at the back post. Oh no. What a terrible moment. Nabil Fekir. Going there, Catrone, back to Fekir. Trying to feed Catrone. One-on-one. Oh, he hits the post. Catrone, you can't do that in a Champions League final, mate. He wins the ball back, but it's a bloody foul. Bailey, going to Catrone. Going over the top, get to it, Bailey. Yes, he controls it, but they're chasing. We've got the pace. We're going to square that one. Good touch. Barea, take it down. That's going to be a penalty. Llorente is the guilty party. And we have a massive opportunity with half an hour remaining in this one to take the lead. Let's not do a Lionel Messi versus Iceland. Nabil Fekir stepping up. We're going to go to the top right-hand corner for this one. Come on, mate. Hits it. Top right corner or middle right, but it doesn't matter. We find the back of the net, and it is going to be Aston Villa 2, Real Madrid 1. Nabil Fekir, has he just brought us the Champions League title? Free kick here for Real Madrid. Asensio stands over the ball. They'd love to have Cristiano Ronaldo right now. 26 yards out. It's going to be Casemiro laying it off there to Tolisso. Hits it! You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Tolisso has just buried that one. And we had the lead for not even 4 minutes. And Real Madrid have equalised. That is an absolute bullet there from the Frenchman. Not much we could do about that one. Could have pressured him a little bit more. But look at that. That is something you would see in Foot Champs and competitive FIFA. That is insane. Well, Yaza ball running through here. They're laying it off. Icardi. No. Oh, has it been saved? It has. Oh my god. Real Madrid, please stop. You're scaring me. I don't want to lose again. It's going to go in here. We're going to win the header. No, they're going to win it, but it's a big save from Edison. Hakimi, though. I see you out wide, Leon Bailey. That's a beautiful ball. Come on. Good touch off the chest. Leon Bailey. What can he do? Trying to skill his way? No. He's just going to whip it in. Hoping for the best. Get onto it. Catrone. Far out. Come on. Win that ball, Kimpembe. Don't do it like this. Do not do it like this. Asensio goes for it. Clear it, Tar. Are we headed to extra time? Yes, we are. I can't deal with extra time again. 2-2 draw here. Oh, no. Don't do it like last season. All right, we're going to make the one change here at full time. We're going to bring on Green, and we're going to take off Leon Bailey. Might look to take off Fekir in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to keep the faith with him for a little while. All right, I'm going to make the substitution now. Fekir is coming off. Jack Grealish coming on. Can he be the hero for Aston Villa? Hakimi. Going through there. Barea. Oh, nice ball out wide. Get to it, Green. He does. Green running into the box. Squares it to Rocker. Goes here. Nico Barea, the deflection, and it's a corner. All right, Solo with the corner. They're going to swing this one in here. Win the ball, Hakimi. It's punched away. Kimpembe, though, going out wide. Sola. Onside, I thought he might have been offside. Nico Barea. Going there, Jack Grealish. I am panicking big time, honestly. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. But it's going to be Green. Cutting past Tolisso. On the angle. Green scores it. We have done it. Green scores it 114th minute. Aston Villa 3, Real Madrid 2. The man off the bench might have just got us the Champions League title. I honestly didn't know what I was doing on that play. I was just cutting around and passing it for any reason, trying to find the space. Terrible defense from Tolisso. I didn't think we'd score off it, but we find the side of the net, and we might have just won the Champions League title there with Aston Villa. What a finish from Green. The keeper is up here, 120th minute. Don't do it like this. Asensio, just header it away. No, they get the header. They missed it. And there it is. Aston Villa, Champions League winners. What a result. Can you believe it? An insane game. An insane rebuild. Fellas, if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. But I hope you savor these title winning moments, this title celebrations. I'll let you enjoy it. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.